losing ourselves in this electrifying game. We're drifting down, we feel it so alive with every move we make. We're gonna take this time. We can't music taking over the world. No limits or boundaries. We'll let our dreams unfurl. The rhythm is the heartbeat. It's running through our veins. We're K-Fed music. We're gonna make it rain.
Yes, folks.
Hi, Chris.
I'm Fred McMurray.
Good morning.
Okay, Chris.
And
so where were you last week?
I had an event last week. I'm sorry.
Now, here's why. Because
Lunch
your
with
name
Lynn.
came up last week. Your name came up because we had a woman who came in here who was working, and she's a bus driver for a city bus in Chicago, and she was actually on the bus. And I said, she's on the bus. Where is Chris Lipper? That's the name of his business, on the bus.
That's funny.
So,
Thank you for that. Different kind of bus, but thank you.
Yes,
That's all
folks.
right. Hey, listen, it worked. It got your name out there again. Now nobody's going to forget it when they see her again because she'll come join us from the bus again.
All right,
It's
thank you for that.
Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, and this is Lunch with Lynn. Now for the Lion Queen herself, Lynn Lionhood. Take it away, Lynn. Rawr.
Fred, we're happy to be here on K-Fred Radio. So let's get all the fun started. We have a lot more people still expected to join us, but we're going to go ahead and get everybody started. Once again, guys, use the chat. Name, email, address, phone number, anything else you'd like to have about your business is just fine. The question of the day today is, what movie have you watched over and over and over again? So here comes Jamari. I can tell he's coming in.
That's
So
a
we're
simple
gonna
one. It's a simple question.
Well,
Someday,
Fred, why don't you tell us first, what movie have you watched over and over and over again?
someday you will learn, as I have, Neo, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
Okay.
Anybody know who that is?
Kelly does. Go ahead, Kelly. Tell him. Uh-oh.
Well, I believe that is from The Matrix, isn't it? Yes. Okay.
Okay, that's Fred's movie, The Matrix.
Yeah.
Fred, you want to tell us? You know what, Fred? I never get to do this with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about K-Fred Radio?
K-Fred Radio is a dream of over 4 decades, maybe 5, who knows, but we're not going to go through that much. Short answer, love helping people get the word out about what they do and how they can help people. And given that of the 2,000, 19,000, whatever, radio stations, newspapers, magazines, publications, and they're owned by 6 corporations total, the vast majority of people never got a shot at getting their word out. So K-Fred is an insurgent way of getting those who want to get their word out, get their message out, help other people. It's a way of getting their voices heard by as many people as possible.
Excellent. Excellent. And if people want to dial in today, what's the number that they need to dial, Fred?
They can chat at kphred.com, or they can dial in at 323-580-5755. That's 323-580-5755.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to start with one of our speakers today. And we have 4 subgroups that are for professionals from this group. I have built those as loyalty groups for my own clients, and it's an extra way for them to get even more exposure than ever before. We give them an opportunity to teach people in those Facebook groups. We also give them speaking opportunities here, and it really has been great for all of them. So Heather DeJesus is in one of those groups. And Heather, you want to tell us which group you're in?
I'm in the Business in a Bundle.
Beautiful. And so Heather is a bookkeeper, very, very good at what she does. And Heather, because it's your turn to speak today, actually, she's one of our featured speakers. So Heather, the next 5 minutes are yours.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lynn. All right, you guys, it's been a while since I've been here because I've been so busy. So tax season kept me really busy. So, and then it just kept going. So that was great. And a lot of that is because of the wonderful people in here who referred me to people that I now get to meet. So, so a few tax tips for you. And yes, I know taxes seem so far away, but before you know it, as a business owner, it is going to be January. I'll start with a little story. I got to actually, and I know that I'm going to sound like a nerd here, but that's okay. I'm good with that. I got to go to tax court for the first time with one of my clients. And it was so, I was not in charge of the court because I was just basically providing information. But you guys, it was so nice to know that my client was ready because she had all of her receipts. She had everything that she needed. And you guys, it's so important. So now is the time, not in January when you're going, oh, wait, what's this? Oh, wait, what's this receipt? Don't do that. Wait, start looking for them now, okay, the ones that you can take off on your taxes. It was so funny. I mean, it wasn't funny. It was sad, but watching people like scramble, oh, wait, I think it's in this pile. And then, you know, the tax accountant and I had worked together with her. And it's like, oh, you want that? Oh, here's January's receipt.
Recording in progress.
Here's this, here's that. So it was just, you guys, just being prepared is just the best thing to know. So now is the time, okay? Because just think, Halloween's coming up, and I see Lynn's pumpkins, and that's like the first thing I think. So Halloween's here, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. So September's like your last month without a real holiday. Yeah, we have Labor Day, but how many of you worked on Labor Day? I kind of worked for a few hours on Labor Day, so it doesn't really count as a real holiday. I know it is, but you know, that's not one that we take off and take lots of things with. So this is your last month. Get everything in order. So that way in January, you're not scrambling. Okay? Don't wait until the last minute. I have so many extensions that I'm still working on because of that. So just keep your receipts and make sure that's good. The other thing is the 1099 digital that is coming out this year. Some of you, if you do digital currency, there is a new form out. I know everyone's so excited, right? Because we don't have enough forms for the IRS yet. So we need new forms. So just make sure that you're looking for those. They will be sending them digitally, they say, which kind of is funny because, you know, they never do. So we might get those, you know, after the fact. If for some reason you think you're going to get one and you don't get it right away, file your taxes. Your tax professional can always do an amendment if you get one. It's a really easy process to add those in. And then, of course, the 1099Ks, you should start receiving those the first week of January. And don't forget about getting your contractors their W-9s. Okay? If you have contracted anyone over $600, you are required to give them a 1099. If you don't know what that is, please let me know. I can show you really quickly. And just basically, you need their EIN or their social security number, their government name, as we call it, not their, you know, side hustle, you know, like, you know, about Mark Anthony, you know, we've got his little, you know, what his government name is. I'm teasing Mark Anthony. And then, so just make sure that you have those on file so that in January, you're not trying to get your 1099 out there too. Okay. And if you have any questions for me, and if I can ever help you, please don't hesitate. I do not charge you to call me. I don't know why people do that. If you have a question, please just call. I would rather answer your question. And if someone wants you to pay them just to talk to them, I'm sorry. I'm pretty special. I think Lynn thinks I'm special, but I'm not so special that I can't talk to you because I love talking to people. So thank you so much for the time. And again, how to keep the IRS off your ASF? Here we go. Thanks.
Heather, I know you can work everywhere in the United States, but you want to tell them where you're located.
I am located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my favorite movie is Dirty Dancing. I could watch it 1,000 times. That and Sweet 16. I think I could watch those like all the time, like over and over and over again. Like, yeah. My boys don't like it now, so it's kind of harder now, but you know.
Thank you so very, very much. And did you give them a way to reach out to you?
Yes, I did. It's in the chat. There's a link if you want to schedule a one-to-one. You could do that now. And you also have my phone number. You can text or call, and emails in there also. So
you want to give them that number now just for the people on the radio?
Yeah, but I don't think I could do it as well as Fred. He has that radio voice. My phone number is 336-520-0101.
Beautiful. So very, very much. So we're going to start with a few of our introductions. So we're going to jump to Dorothea Hart. Dorothea, the next minute is yours.
Well, thank you, Lynn. Very nice to see you again, and I love the colors in your background.
Thank
I
you.
am Dorothea Hart, a retired pharmacist, and I don't believe in drugs. So what I do since I've been retired is to help people get off drugs. Sort of like a twist, you know. I was introduced to drugs and prescription drugs, helping people, you know, with their ailments and everything. But what I found is that a lot of our ailments are due to inflammation. And if you get rid of the inflammation, you can get rid of the script. So get rid of the inflammation, ditch the script. And what I do is I help people hydrate with better water, and that helps get rid of the inflammation. So I market hydrogen-rich water. And then the next step is eating more fruits and vegetables. You got to get those 8 to 10 fruits and vegetables in there every single day. And then the last part is movement. You got to get the movement to help flush it all out. So when you put all those three together, you can have a healthy body. And that's where I come in. I help you formulate that together. So my information is in the chat. Please reach out to me. I would love to do an assessment for you, see where you're at, and what I can help with you and your body's future movements. Thank you.
You want to tell them where you're from?
I am from Los Angeles, but I'm also in Detroit. And my movie thing is Pride and Prejudice. I just cannot get enough of that movie.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Terry. Everybody wants to know about Terry. Nobody knows Terry. So, Terry, the next minute is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn, for having me. Hello, everyone. I am Terry Weisenhunt, and I am located in Bloomington Normal, Illinois. What I do is I work with a wonderful company that we help small businesses. It is AZ HR Hub, and what we do is we act as a small business human resources department, if you will. So we fractionize or subsidize the areas in HR where a small business might not have the money to hire a full-time staff. So we can come in on an hourly basis. We can come in once a month, once a week, whatever tailors best to the business need. So with that, I'm mainly a recruiter there. However, in times I come and I actually try to share our business with people that we could help. And of course, love this part of the job of meeting so many.
This is just a dance music. Don't let that disturb you. Go ahead and finish.
Well, thank you. I love the music, honestly. I feel like thank you so much for this award.
Oh, it sounds like Queen for a Day.
I know. Well, then real quick, my favorite movie, it's a toss-up between two of them. It's going to show my sense of humor. One of them is Mean Girls, and the other one is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So
beautiful. And Terry, I want you to make a note. I definitely want to.
Okay, wonderful. Looking forward to it.
I have a great opportunity for you that I think might work out really well for you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Don Tellinghuse, and the next minute is yours.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Lynn. I am so excited because we are starting to get into our fall season in our Avon business. I'm an independent Avon ambassador for 41 years, since 1983. And I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is a very, very nice temperature today of about 83 degrees. But what I want to show you, we've got so many things in the Avon book, but we have a great bracelet set. Comes in different colors. You get 3 in a pack. I've got the green set on, and it's got a neat tree of life, like little charm on it. And you get any 3 of those bracelets in the set for only $12.99. So if you're interested in anything Avon, my information will be in the chat, but you can also call me using my toll-free 800 number, which is 800-688-AVON. So you can contact me through my bit.ly as well, which is bit.ly/Avon Ambassador. So I hope to hear back from you. I'd like to meet all of you. And my favorite movie that I would watch over and over again is Grease is the Word.
I'm going to give you a little hint. Dawn has done something really different to get a client. Sometimes it's the things you love that can get you a client. I saw one of her posts this morning. I have been following her gardening ever since I met her. She's an avid gardener. She has great ideas for the outside of her house for making planters and the way she puts her flowers. But she has caused such a stir in her new home because I saw some of those homes that were across the street when you showed me what happened to the one roof, and none of them compare with her. Her flowers look gorgeous. She showed us for a while all the new mums she put out, and somebody stopped and admired her flowers and became a new client. How great is that? So put some flowers out, guys. You might get a new client. If you see anybody walking down the street, go out and grab the hose. Make like you're watering them to start a conversation. Thank you, Dawn. I'm so happy to see that worked.
Thank you.
Nitesh, you are up. The next minute is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Mitesh, and my company's name is Video Animation Services. We help people with branding. So if anybody is struggling with their social media, if somebody needs to revamp their website, or if you are looking for somebody who can help you to edit your broadcast, then we are there to help you. Even we do 2D animation videos. So if you don't want to show your face and you want to get 2D animation to speak your business, then we can do that. Recently, we have started 2 more services, which is SEO and paid ads. So if you are struggling with your Google ads and you're not getting results, or if you're struggling with your Meta ads and you're not getting results, I can help you with that because I'm certified digital marketer. Last not the least, LinkedIn automation. This is a product which can change your life. You can reach the correct audience, and this is really helping a lot of my clients. So if you want to reach the right audience, you can connect with me. Thank you very much. I'm from India. Thank you.
Beautiful. Mitesh, the music stops. Why don't you tell us which movie you like to watch over and over?
Yeah, so it's an Indian movie called Waqt, which really changed my life because I ran away from my home and I started my own life as new. So that is a really motivating movie for me, and I keep watching it again and again. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you very much. We're going to stop for a second and go back to one of our speakers. Now we have somebody you all love. Everybody learns from her. She never wants to go first, so I didn't make her go first, but I will make her go second. Deanna Bracefield. She is amazing, guys. You will love everything about her. Deanna, the next 5 minutes are yours. And Deanna is instrumental in every one of our subgroups with their movement. If it weren't for her, I don't know how those groups would go.
Thank you for the time today. And yeah, we have a great time doing all of the groups. Everybody that participates, we've got money marketing or money matrix. We've got business in a bundle. We've got our wellness inspired group, and just recently the ultimate coaching connection. And everybody's just having such a wonderful time learning new stuff, getting to know each other. So you should all really check us out on Facebook. We'd love to have any of you and every one of you as guests, depending on your specialties. So today I want to talk a little about memes. We've all seen them. They're everywhere. It seems like as soon as you see one with one set of text, that picture shows up with 50 different sets of text because people are constantly copying each other and using the same pictures over and over. But as business owners, you should be aware that they are actually a little bit dangerous to you. And what I mean by this is oftentimes we don't know the source of the picture that's being used. We don't know who created it. We don't know how long it's been floating about, who has the licensing rights. And so you can really get yourself into trouble because you're infringing on their copyright and you're not even aware that you're doing it. So the other problem that people have with memes is they oftentimes lead to defamation. Because they're used as a humorous means of communicating about politics and religion and all kinds of touchy subjects, using someone else's meme, you're just reposting it, but you're a collaborator at that point. And so if someone has said something really nasty about someone in the caption, and like I said, you're just sharing it, you think it's funny, you think it's a good time, if they trace it all the way down the line, you could get caught up in a lawsuit and you didn't even mean to. So I really want everybody to be aware, especially moving into the political season, that we're being really conscious about the memes that we're posting. Don't just give it a moment's thought before you hit share. And if you like to create them, be careful. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. But if anybody has any questions about anything to do with legally using memes, please feel free to reach out to me at 205-623-7703, or you can set an appointment directly with me at lionheartkingdom.com.
Great.
My favorite movie would be anything Shirley Temple. And I know I'm out of generation on that, but I grew up with them, all of them, on my grandmother's VHS deck. And so they're like a little moment of happiness. You just stick one in, and yeah, they cover some heavy topics, but they always end with a smile, and it's kind of wonderful. It's a bit nostalgic.
Do you want to tell everybody where you're from, although you can work across the country?
I can work across the country, but I am happily located in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, one more thing. You want to share with everybody about the book club? Because I think there are a lot of people missing out on some great talk.
So yes, ma'am. Earlier this year, we founded the Business Owners Book Club. We have had a wonderful time. We meet every Friday at 11 a.m. Central. So that's 9 a.m. for you people on the West Coast and 12 for you people on the East Coast. We have covered great books like The Power of Consistency by Weldon Long, The Gifts of Imperfection by Bren Brown. We are currently reading The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. We're about halfway through it. When we get in the last chapters of the book, I'll put up a poll in the Facebook group, and as a group, we'll vote on our next book. And, you know, we always have 4 or 5 really great options up there, so we would love to see you. And that's every Friday at 11 a.m., Business Owners Book Club on Facebook.
Thank you very much. And all the information will be in the chat for them to join us, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
We would love to have you. It's very informal, and it's so much fun, guys. Do something just for yourself. Stop thinking about business for just 1 hour a week and just be you, so everybody can get to know who you are and the thoughts that you have behind your business. So with that said, let's go back to some of our introductions. We're going to go to Jaya Kasturi. The next minute is yours. Uh-oh, you're muted.
This is Jaya Kasturi, board-certified internist from Chicagoland area. I help people to activate genes to make their own antioxidants, anti-inflammatory enzymes, collagen, and now the most interesting thing that is coming, that you can activate your own GLP. You guys must have heard about GLP-1, which has made a revolution in weight management products by the pharmaceutical companies, which comes in the form of injections. Now we are bringing in the with natural ingredients, which will activate your own GLP-1 so that you can achieve what you want to. You can balance your weight. You can lose whatever you want to do. You can control your eating habits. So this is going to be a revolutionary product coming in October. Wait for it. I'm all excited about this new product. So what we are doing is not supplementing anything. We are making our genes work for us. That's a very important aspect. This is a new science. I hope you would understand it. My movie, I usually don't like to waste too much time on movies. The only movie I saw 2 times was Oppenheimer, because I saw it on the big screen, and then I wanted to see again at home because it was a very serious, thoughtful movie. So that I love comedies. So if I don't remember the names of the movies, that's my problem.
Hey, you want to tell them where you're from? Although you can work across the country as well.
Yeah, I said Chicagoland area.
Excellent, excellent. Your product that you were talking about, that's not going to be an injection you have to give yourself, is it?
No injection. That's the best part of it. No injection.
That is the good part.
It's a oral product, and this is something new. No one has made this. This is totally new. And people are looking for GLP-1 products because they have given the best results for people who wanted to lose weight. And the thing is, it tells your body that you are done. You don't have to overeat. So there is a gut-brain axis. That's how it works.
I'm going to take that pill and it's going to tell me I don't need to eat that donut, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so this GLP-1 is going to be a very revolutionary product.
Excellent. I see Fred has his hand up.
One question, one comment. Anything that makes you not want a donut is evil. That's my comment. Unless it's a bad donut, but I'm not quite sure there are anything. And then, Lynn, I heard rumors of something about Jaya and K. Fred. Do you
I think you heard some good rumors. I think that our very first sponsor for Lunch with Lynn is going to be Jaya Kasturi. And I think those commercials will begin next week. So we're going to applaud her for doing that. We're going to give her a little speaking spot on top of that and feature her on our Facebook pages. So yay!
Everyone, give her a round of applause.
Look at all those thumbs up, Jaya. I think you could be the president in this group. Excellent. Thank you so very much, Jaya.
Thank you.
Ali Sintek, you have the next minute. She's another exciting business owner.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ali Sintek with Sintek Solutions, and I do a bunch of things, but what I'm just going to talk about for the minute today is solar. I am in a suburb of Chicago called Orland Park, Illinois, and if you have not yet heard, they will be changing net metering, which is the dollar for dollar. Any excess energy used, you sell back to the grid. They're changing that. It is not going to be dollar for dollar in 25. So you have until December 13th to have your system at the stage of permission to operate, or you will not get the 2024 grandfathered net metering prices. That is also going to raise the price of power. I've already heard some people's bills are going up. It's no longer going to be 9 cents a kilowatt. They're going to raise it by about 100% over the next 4 or 5 years. The only way to lock your pricing in is to go solar. So if you're in Illinois and you own your roof, even if you have an association, you can call me at 708-582-9585, and I'll help you out. So I didn't get to tell you about my favorite movie, and it's Step Brothers. I bet you guys don't think that I would be a Step Brothers fan, but I think Will Ferrell is the most hilarious human on the planet.
Hey, you want to give us that phone number again, because the dance music.
Yeah, sure. 708-582-9585. Just send me a text and say, I need some help with solar, and I'm your girl. I can take care of you.
I would say that if you're ever going to meet with Ali, whether it be virtually or otherwise, Do not do that unless you have a second cup of coffee or a big bottle of pop or something like that, because she is full of energy and you will never keep up unless you do. Thank you so much, Allie.
Thank you,
She has
Lynn.
done a lot. Since she's become a business owner herself, she has reduced costs for everyone that came, that she had given quotes to. So you need to reach out and talk to her. And I didn't understand this net metering thing until she really spoke about it today. Today I get it. It's just ulterior motives by the damn people who tax us to take away any advantage we get. So thank you very much, Allie. I think you guys should make some time, have a talk with her, and she can help you with that. Hey,
Thanks, Lynn.
Kelly Kellum. The exciting Kelly Kellum is up. We love Kelly Kellum. Everybody does.
Well, and Lynn, love you and everybody in this group too. Thanks, Lynn. I'm Kelly Kellum, college admissions strategist. And if you're a parent or know a parent of a college-bound teen, you know how overwhelming the college application process is, and it's stressful to try to figure out how to pay for college. So I guide families of college-bound students through finding the right fit college, getting into that right fit college, which isn't easy these days, and they usually do that for between $20,000 and $100,000 less money and lots less stress. So families who do College with Kelly find that they are much more confident going into the college process. And by the way, I do work nationwide. I can also work in Canada. I'm located in Illinois, in the Chicagoland area. And I also invite everybody.
Yeah, wait for that music. Oh, there you go.
I invite everybody to join me and my co-host Liz Lewine on our show right here on Cape Red, which is Beyond the Books, Teen Success Secrets, on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific. You can reach out to me by texting college to 847-997-1449. Thanks so much, Lynn.
I have a question for you, Kelly, so stay unmuted for a minute. So I want to play this out for just a second for anybody that's on this call that listens. So suppose we know somebody who didn't think they needed Kelly and got their student into college, and now they're choking to death on what it's costing them. And they, like I said, didn't think they needed you, but now realize that maybe they should have gone that route. So what if they think about next year when I put little Jimmy in college, I think I want to go that route. They should not wait until the last minute. Would it not be good for them to start having conversations with you like now about what they're going to do?
Absolutely. If their student is a junior in high school, they need to be starting with someone like me now. It is not something you wait until the summer before senior year to do. And more importantly, going back to the whole concept of somebody who's got themselves into college and they can't figure out how to pay for it, I have a solution for that. I help families appeal their financial aid. And just this summer, I've been successful with helping people get up to an additional $30,000 off of college. So that goes a long way. So somebody who didn't think they needed me and has to figure out how to pay for college definitely should reach out at 847-997-1449. And if you've got a junior, now is the time to reach out. Thanks for the question, Lynn.
Beautiful. So it's not too late, guys. Mitesh, you have a question?
Yeah, I did try to connect with Callie, but I do understand that she's super busy. So basically, I wanted to help because I'm from India and I'm planning to get my son to maybe States or Canada, as she just mentioned. So Callie, can you help us with getting some maybe discount with the fees? Because with students coming from India, they have to pay very hefty fees to get admissions.
Yes, that is very true, especially in Canada. They don't do as much for the international students, but there are ways to get scholarships specifically for international students. And there are definitely ways to position your students so that the college definitely wants them. And if they want your students, they find ways usually to give a little extra money here and there. I do know that we tried to connect, and it's not so much that I think you and I have had a problem with time zone, actually. So I'd love it if you reached out to me, and even by email, let me know how specifically I can help. And then if we have problems with time zone again, then I can still help you.
Yeah,
So,
that would be great. Thank you.
That's excellent, because there are a lot of Indian students that come to this country, and the Indian community tends to speak to each other and can share that information. And letting Mitesh know that you can do that, I'm sure that his son has other friends that may be anticipating the same issue. So that's wonderful, Kelly. Great information today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt Cristofaro. Where is Matt Cristofaro, and what is he up to? Oh, wait, Kelly, did you give us your movie?
Oh, I did not. I'm going to go back to my teen years. My all-time favorite movie series actually is Anne of Green Gables, and I still will go back if I see that that's on and watch it over and over again.
Yeah, Matt Cristofaro, you're up.
Hi, everybody. So my clients completely overcome depression and panic attacks and really start thriving in all areas of life in just around 6 to 8 weeks. The program that we teach it's based on hundreds of research papers and 35 years of clinical experience. And there's a distinct beginning and end to the program, that 6 to 8 week period. And we don't stop until the client says, I feel amazing, my mental health is strong, I do not need you anymore. I personally overcame 24 years of panic attacks in 3.5 weeks with this program. We are based in the UK, and we've helped over 60,000 people worldwide so far. A great referral for me, if you happen to know somebody, would be somebody suffering from depression, because it is one of the easiest things for people to overcome once they know how to. I am based in Rhode Island, and one movie that I have to watch every single time I see it on TV would be The Godfather.
Oh, very good, very good. Wendy, I'm going to come back to you in just a minute. I'm going to speak in here. And you know what, Matt? Can you give anybody an option on how to reach out to you?
Yes, so country code 1-401-569-4658.
Wait, time out. What did you start out with? Country code? What's country code?
For the United States, because I work with clients worldwide.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not informed here. I'm old. I didn't get that. I'm thinking country code. What planet am I on? Excellent.
Usually I'm the one who's on a different planet, so.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So I'm going to sneak in with a little legal shield and ID shield, guys, because I don't stick it in there quick enough. First thing I want to do is I want to talk about something that's kind of sad. Many of you know Joan Brown Claxton, who for many years, almost 3.5 years, was a part of our group. And, you know, each of you gets into my heart in a different way. And I care about every one of you, and I want to help you in any way I can. And she became a part of one of our specialty groups as well, the Insurance and Financial Professionals Group, the Money Matrix Group. And she got sick a few months ago. She had gone to Arizona for a conference, and she was there for one day. They put her in the hospital for a week with double pneumonia, which was a little scary. And she came out of the hospital, came back to New York, and I often joked about the fact that Dorcia Hart is the little girl that runs from California to Detroit, back and forth, east and west, and Joan was our north-south girl. She would be in New York and go to Atlanta, New York and go to Atlanta. Well, she went back to New York, and she got sick the first day she was back there and went back in the hospital again for a week to 10 days, something like that. And I spoke to her about 6 days ago now, and she said she was feeling better and that she was a little tired and that she was coming back. And then I got the awful news that she passed away over the weekend. And that was very shocking to hear.
You know, I talked to her last Thursday.
See, and she did not sound like she was in bad health at that point. So I want you all to know, please, leave here today and tell everyone you love that they mean something to you. Everybody, and I'm saying this to every one of you in this group, you guys mean a lot to me. I don't charge for these groups. I do this because of something that I was blessed with my husband's health and my daughter's health. So that's why I do this for you. But you guys just sneak into my heart. And I care for all of you more than you know. And to find out that she passed was very sad. I'm positive she's with God. I'm sure she's in a better place. But we're all going to be heartbroken because we're going to miss her. And she was always wanting to share her information with everyone. So I didn't plan to say this, but I do want you all to think, please be prepared for the family that you leave behind. Get that will, that living will, and that medical directive done. You don't know when you're going to go. It was totally unexpected that she left us like this. Please be prepared. What I have prepared today to talk to you guys about is very minor compared to that. I had a gentleman who, I want you to know, Legal Shield helps you with the big things, and it helps you with the little tiny things. The little tiny things you would never call an attorney for. You just wouldn't. But with Legal Shield, you can, because there's no cost associated with it. You've paid your $30 for the month. You have access to them for the entire month. So I had a gentleman who said 3 weeks ago he bought some headlight bulbs from the AutoZone, and he said they didn't give him the right bulb. That's happened to many of us, similar situations. He said he went back and he asked for a refund, and they told him they couldn't give him a refund. They could only give him a store credit. He didn't want a store credit. He wanted a refund. Even though he had gone to that store for 2 years and gotten things, he didn't want to wait until the next thing came up, and then he'd forget and he'd lose his money. Now, we're not talking about a lot of money, $27.24, but that's his $27.24, and he wanted it back. And so he showed them his credit card statement, anything to try to get his money back, and it didn't happen. So he went to Legal Shield because it would cost him nothing to call them up, nothing to get a phone call or a letter done on his behalf, which they did. And guess what happened? He got his $27.24 back right away. So, guys, it can be something small. I told you guys about my $30 overcharge at Walgreens. Well, my $30 overcharge would have been better if Walgreens would have just given it to me, because the next day with Legal Shield's help, I got just short of $250 back, everything I spent in the store, and a $25 gift card. So, guys, use it for the big stuff, but use it for the little things that you would never call an attorney for either. So that's my story for you guys for today with Legal Shield. And again, guys, please say a prayer for Joan today. It would not hurt. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go real quick to another one of my speakers, and I think he posted something in the chat that he had just spoken to her recently, too. So Mark Anthony Arena, he is our tech guru. He gives us a tip for our computers every time, guys. Pay attention, because he always has something good to share with us. So Mark Anthony Arena, the next 5 minutes are yours.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about Joan. I really loved her. She was just so sweet. Mark Anthony Arena, the Computer Exorcist podcast. I did a Torment a Scammer episode that you guys will enjoy that came out this week. I'm going on a speaking tour, and I'm going to speak at 2 libraries outside of Boston in December, so I'm very excited and proud about that. And if y'all have any libraries near you, chances are you might, then let them know about me, and I can come give what they call an author talk. I talked to the library about this the other day, and they said, oh, you need an author talk. So that's what I asked for, and they say, cool, come on down. The movie, I had this roommate sophomore year of college who was obsessed with this movie called Chasing Amy, and it was this stupid movie where these 2 losers were going after this girl and she didn't want them, and it was just so stupid. And he would put the movie on, crank up his stereo, and then lock his bedroom door and leave. So I will forever hate that movie and all of its characters and that roommate. So, very stupid movie. My favorite movie that I can watch anytime is Office Space. It's so wonderful because it's so relatable. And when they smash the printer, that's what we all want to do deep down, because all printers are garbage and they should all be smashed. Let's see here. What is this? I don't want this. All right. We want our speech, don't we? Email extortion. Since the 2010s, scammers have been sending out extortion emails. Some will say they caught you looking at dirty websites, and others will tell you that they have one of your passwords and trying to scare you into thinking they have all of them. As always, scammers prey on the fact that people have been living in fear of technology. They make you think they broke into your computer, but really they just broke into some company's insecure Microsoft server and took a whole spreadsheet of passwords. Has nothing to do with your computer. As always, never, ever, 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 ever heed their warnings or pay them. Feel free to email them back and taunt them, or suggest that they become computer exorcists so they can make money while actually helping people. This past week, a client alerted me to a new, more pathetic variant of email extortion. This one simply says, "We know your name and address." And then they Google for a photo of your house and paste it into the email. And finally, they say, "I installed a spyware in a app that you frequently use, and a spyware in a email." We all use apps and email, so that could be anything, right? And they claim they've been recording you through your webcam while you were enjoying dirty websites, which casting a net out there, and claim they're about to send a video of you watching dirty websites to everyone in your contact list. And if you're infected with Hotmail or Outlook, then yeah, I mean, anyone can get into your anything at any time. But pepper in a few totally misused tech terms like a spyware, a app, a RDP, a pixel, or whatever, and catapult them at the general public that's already terrified of technology, and voila. My job here is to shine a light on these things, especially before you get them. My nephew was scared of monsters in the closet last week, so I bought him a flashlight. I'm doing the same thing for you. All they did was find your name and address on the internet, and they copied and pasted a photo of your house. They don't live near you. They're lazy. They're not actually doing anything. They're casting a net of a bunch of emails and sending it out. They do nothing else. They did not and cannot install spyware ever. All scammers are lazy. They don't have to install spyware or go to your house or anything. They send out an email with scary sentences. That's it. So please warn your friends. And the only thing we have to fear is
yourself.
Yeah.
Yay. Mark Anthony Arena. Many people on this call have used him to fix their computers. He tends to do himself right out of a job, he said. He fixes it once, and then you'll never need any help again, except you're going to want to stay in touch with him so you can always current information about what's going on out there. Thank you so much, Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony, you want to tell them where you're from?
I'm near Niagara Falls. And yeah, there's no reason for any of the suffering, right? What if we were building houses out of wet toilet paper and just accepted that as life? Like, no, you can build it out of good material.
Excellent. Thank you so very, very much. Wendy York, we're happy to have you back with us again. And look at her. She's always smiling and happy.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. So glad to be here. My name is Wendy York, and I am a superfood entrepreneur. I want to share with you a story. One of my partners named Erin. She got into business 4 months ago, and she was in $30,000 in debt. And within 4 months, she paid off half of her debt. And this is the kind of wealth that we are exploring, tapping into. I also want to invite you to our economic transformation experience. It's kicking off on September 9th. It's a 30-day vacation from across the food. And you're adding in raw, organic, pure nutrition to activate your purpose goals, to flood the body with food, and we detox on the inside and the world.
Wendy, I want you to know it's very important that you use the chat because it was very difficult to hear you this time. You kept breaking up. I don't know what was going on. It was like you were under the bed.
Oh, sorry. It's probably my phone. Okay,
okay, well, I want you to stay on here, and I'm going to let you repeat your stuff again when we get to our last person, because I want to make sure everybody heard everything that you said. Is that good?
Okay, I'll transfer the computer.
Excellent. That's wonderful. Okay, Chris Slipper, the next minute is yours. And the woman on the bus is not here today, so you have to be on the bus.
Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody, Chris Slipper on the bus, small business owner coaching. And I work with all the people that most coaches don't want to work with. I love the startups. I love the energy, the excitement, and I love coaching startups. And our sweet spot is startup to about 10 million in revenue. Beyond that, it's just they're not the kind of owners I like to coach. Good becomes the enemy of great. And I want to work with the people who want to be great and have their foot on the gas, and we help them. And all of our owners this year are having record years. Our 45th owner just sold their business. That was why they come to me. Sometimes they need an exit strategy and they need a vision and a plan, and we help them establish that, and then we work it backwards. And we use mastermind groups to do that. All that's fun and interesting to talk about, not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is our upcoming virtual trade show. It's a conference in the metaverse. It's our 23rd show. It's on the 16th, so it's a week from Monday. It's similar to what you see in my background, where you become an avatar with a screen, you walk around, and it's real commerce. It's real business. Hundreds of small business owners come. You're all invited, no charge. So please come. I'll be hurt if you don't. I'll put the information in the chat.
I think that might be you, but that guy's got a beard.
I had a beard till a week ago.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Thank you, Chris Slipper.
Wait, you want to know favorite movies?
Oh, yeah,
and
what are your favorite
and I'm
movies?
in San Diego, by the way, San Diego, California. I'm a New Yorker who moved here a year and a half ago, and I've been listening to your guys' movies. I'm like, yeah, that's another great one. And so I've got a list, right? So an all-time favorite is JFK. Love JFK. The cast in that is amazing, and it's just great. But Hair is another favorite of mine that I could watch over and over again. Flash of Genius, for any of you small business owners that need motivation, check it out. It's about the guy who invented the intermittent windshield wiper, and it's starring Craig Kinnear. It's fascinating. Great movie. And anything Yellowstone I could watch over and over again. Love all of those series.
Chris, put your list in the chat. We'd like to be able to see that.
Okay.
In fact, guys, I forgot to tell you the movie that I could watch over and over again. And I know you're all going to laugh because it's going to sound stupid. But I could watch The Wizard of Oz over and over and over again. I'm going to tell you why. I always fall asleep in the movies. And when I was a kid, I always fell asleep as soon as she got to the land of Oz. And all my friends at school would say, because back then, in the olden days, they played it once a year. And they would say, wow, did you see the flying monkeys? And I said, what are you talking about? There aren't any flying monkeys in that movie. And they kept swearing there were flying monkeys. I said, there are not flying monkeys. It wasn't until I was an adult that I actually saw the movie all the way through once and said, there really were flying monkeys in that movie. So I still like that movie. Oh, Joe Holt, you're up.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. And for those of you that on the other side of the world, whatever time you are in, good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. And my name is Joel Holt. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm an entrepreneur. I do a lot of things. But the one thing that my passion is, and I'm really committed to, is I help nonprofit organizations to raise money. Now, there's a lot of people that do what I do, helping nonprofit organizations, but what's unique about our company, what we do, it's called a $0 donation program. So actually, nobody has to write a check for the nonprofit organization to raise money. Now, if I will ask from anybody of you, hey, can you please donate $500 to this nonprofit organization, even if you love them, you might just say, hey, Joel, things are tight right now. I have to take care of my family first or my business first. But if I ask you for $0, it's much easier to give $0 than $500. So this is how we actually turning $0 into donations. Before I go to the movie, I heard somebody else talking about the book club. If you do want to join our book club, we meet every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern time, and we are practicing together the law of attraction. So it's not a business meeting, but actually law of attraction applies to every area of your life, including your business. So if this is something that interests you, and please send me a text message on 412-417-1610. This is a way that you can You can talk about the book club or any nonprofit organization that you want to support. Thank you very much for letting me share.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Denise Lanton, the next minute is yours.
Hi, everyone. I'm Denise Lanton. I'm known as Coach D. I am a certified life coach, and I specialize in mindset and mental toughness coaching. My clients are primarily athletes and executives, but I work with everyone. And I I help people identify self-defeating behaviors and map out strategies and implement them so that everyone can see a path to success and actually embrace it. My email, I'll put it in the chat, is coachd@quantummindsetchoice.com. My favorite movies, I have two. I'm a Steve McQueen fan, so one of my favorite movies is Bullet, and my other one is Betty Davis, Now Voyager.
Wonderful, wonderful. I thank you very much. Victor Lopez, you are up.
Thank you, Lynn. Victor Lopez. I'm out of Fishkill, New York. I'm in the real estate field. My area is tax liens and tax deeds. If you have anybody that have tax problems with their real estate, I'll be able to help them. My number is 914-420-5116, and I'm located in Fishkill, New York. Thank you.
And what is your favorite movie that you can watch over and over again?
The Godfather.
The Godfather. Come on, we had that movie already out there too. That's good. Matt Saul smiling. Great, thank you. Hyam, you're up. The next minute is yours.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't been here for a while, but I'm all the time happy to come here. I like Lynn. I like everybody that participates. And if I can contribute to someone, just let me know. And basically what I do, I consider myself as a dream maker. If you have a dream, if you have wishes that you want to make it reality, we have something to talk about. Let's have conversation.
Excellent. And what's your favorite movie that you can watch over and over?
National Security. It's a very funny movie, and I can see it as many times as I can.
Excellent. Very, very good. Wendy York, are you there? Wendy, are you there? Well, we're going to have to connect. We're going to have to grab Wendy when we come back. Oh, there she is. Wendy, you want to go again? Go ahead.
I'm back. Hello.
All right. Great.
My name's Wendy, and I am a superfood entrepreneur. I want to tell you, one of our brand partners recently, she was in $30,000 in debt, and within 4 months, she actually paid off half of that, $15,000. So we also provide wealth in more ways than just money, but that's one tangible story I wanted to share with you. And also, we're starting our fall equinox transformation experience, and it is a 30-day vacation from processed foods, and we're adding in raw, organic, vegan, glyphosate-free, spirit nutrition into our bodies. We're flooding our bodies with superfoods, and this activates your goals, your purpose, your higher alignment, and it helps to detox from the artificial matrix. So join me. I would love to have you. My number is 626-377-6421.
And Wendy, what is your favorite movie?
16 Candles.
Beautiful.
When I was younger, I loved that movie. It was hilarious.
Wendy, I have a question. You mean to say the whole month raw food only?
Well, you add in what we provide and supplement with a dinner or lunch. There are flex foods you can add in. So you're not doing just the powders or the capsules or anything. You are eating real food, But if you want the biggest benefit, you'll need to, try to eat organic and as healthy as you can. But if you're a meat eater, it works as well. Like you can eat meat. You just add it in. But our goal is, yes, to stay away from processed foods for 30 days.
Excellent. Good question. Well, guys, this has become the part of the meeting where you all know a little bit about each other. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes in a breakout room with someone. I promise you, people like Terry. Oh, how did I forget Jam Jam? Oh, my gosh, I should never forget Jam Jam. Jam Jam, you are up. Jam Jam is our AI guy. I cannot forget him. He's teaching us what's going on. Go, Jam Jam.
Well, hello, everyone. Jam Jam's here. Jam Jam won't be here probably for 2 weeks because, Jam Jam goes to Brazil next week for 2 weeks. So Jam Jam's going to be gone. So time to catch you guys up on AI. There was a huge kind of breakthrough, big on the quotation marks there, because there was an AI-enhanced brain therapy trial done where essentially, and it's all relaxed, right? The way it was done is it was already using existing technology, and simply what it was doing is it was actually simulating what would happen if a person had Parkinson's and how to actually detect it way sooner and quicker. So it by far was very, very interesting to see. But it uses a thing that's called like ADBS, which is just a brain simulation in real time. And it's using that to basically look for symptom control. I have no clue or whatever, but I think that's very, very cool when it comes to what AI is doing. Something else that's also been going on is, I'm going to pull this one up too. Elon Musk is finally out of his actual, this little scandal that he had. For those who don't know, Elon Musk has been, in a few scandals, I should actually say. One of them, which is, I believe, Brazil, which is funny, the country that I'm traveling to, took some of his, his little Starlinks, or whatever. I guess there was like an accident and they took some, which is kind of funny. But another big thing was the AI scandal. Essentially, he was accused of taking people's Twitter data and then using it to actually train his actual chatbot, which is very important for people to know because there's actually a lot of these not profiles, but a lot of these actual softwares and services that people are using. And something to look out for is that they're going to be asking you, oh, hey, do you mind if we use your data for training our AI? Keep a note on that and make sure to reject it if you don't want to, because there are actually, like, Instagram recently actually did this, I think about 2 months ago, or maybe a month or two now, around that time, where they actually will now be taking images of the people on just Instagram and what's being posted on Instagram and then using it to actually train their AI. So keep a little note on that. Now, the last thing I wanted to say, ChatGPT got some cool new voices. So now there's like, instead of them using Scarlett Johansson's voice, which they got in trouble for and sued, they're now using some created new voices named Ember, Juniper, Cove, and Breeze. I have no clue why tech people create these wacky names for like their cool little inventions, but that's a tech place for you. So I have some videos to show you. If I could share.
Love the video.
I know everybody loves the videos. That's the one thing everybody's always waiting for. So here's this video here. Luckily, there's no sound, thank the heavens. But I do want to showcase how realistic this looks. Now, obviously,
is she real?
No, she's not real at all, which is really funny because of the fact that her hair is obviously like frozen in place. So that's like something to kind of keep note of. Now, one thing I did want to show you guys, though, I think that is super, super interesting. I don't think I showed you guys this yet. Let me move this over. Correct me if I did or not. But this video is actually, this is all AI generated right here. I don't think I ever showed you guys this because I was going through.
They're not real people.
Not real at all. And you can tell, by the way, because of her finger, if you notice, her finger never actually curves and her thumb twitches a lot, by the way. And her mouth is obviously like, broken there. and her leg looks very, very weird. I don't know. I may not talk to many women, but I don't know any women that legs are curved like that. So.
Well, they fooled me really well.
Exactly. Do you see, guys? This is what I'm trying to prepare you guys for. This is like, in 2 months, it's going to be a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game.
They have the right number of fingers, and they have the right number of legs.
And that one girl's actually, her hair's moving.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't it? Well, it's also moving very like statically. If you kind of notice, it moves very statically. So
scary.
I know, isn't that crazy? I have some other stuff I'd like to show you guys if it would load. It's gonna load. Yes, this is super, super cool. I want to show this. This here is all AI generated using the tool called Runway in Midjourney.
For an ugly little creature, he is very pretty though.
I know. Imagine owning one of these. This would be so cool. Too bad it's not real. So sorry for anybody that's like a reptilian fan. But those are the videos I wanted to show you guys today. My name's Jam. I do digital automation and web hosting. I have some really good stuff planned for you. So in the next 2 weeks, once I'm back, there's going to be huge, huge excitement for a lot of the stuff that I've been working on. So I'm creating a little way for you guys all to learn AI, how to create AI propaganda. I know you guys get to be able to do the exact same thing big governments do as well. I'm going to teach you how to use every single little AI tool broken down. I'm Jam. You're watching Disney Channel. I'm joking. You got Lynn's meeting. A good way to get in contact with me is 972-878-8577. Again, 972-878-8577.
What movie could you watch over and over again?
You know, that's really hard because for most people, they don't know this. I'm actually really into dystopians. So there's a few I could actually like watch. The Truman Show is really good. Because, you know, if I don't see you, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Idiocracy is really good. Fahrenheit 451 is actually probably my most favorite dystopian out there. Another one is 1984, and The Minority Report's also really good as well.
Excellent.
So those are
all right. Travel safely to Brazil, and do not get married.
I will not. I will say there is a girl that I'm currently talking to, so we will see how that all goes.
In Brazil?
No, not in Brazil. She's in the U.S.
Excellent. Is she AI or is she real?
No, she's real. She's actually real. That's nice.
Excellent. And Jaya, you're gonna get a chance to talk to him, Jaya, because you're going into his room. So guys, I'm opening the rooms right now. They are all open. You guys can go for 5 minutes. Chris, I think there's enough time for you to be in at least one room. Dang. So tell us what's going on at K-Fred Radio.
Well, lots of new shows kicking off. We've had some tech issues with some of the new software, which has gotten me frustrated, but we're working away on that. We are hopefully going to be launching the new Forums software within the next, I had been hoping by this Saturday, but yeah, that ain't going to happen. So within the next 2 weeks, I hope to have the Forum software up and running so that each show host will have their own show forum where people can come to the site, register, and keep the discussion going about the show after it's over. So all the Lunch with Lynn fans who are listening or attending, they could come afterwards and join the fun and discuss all the interesting questions you're going to ask them. Since you will have more time, you'll be able to ask them a daily question rather than a weekly question. So that we're pumped on. Sadly,
the advertising is kicking off. Come on, we want everybody to think about being an advertiser.
Well, see, that's your updates. Those aren't my updates because you are the line queen.
My update, isn't it?
I know. So tell us more about your update. Well, one other thing I will say is, as you know, we've launched the ambassador program so that those people who want to sign up and be a K-Fred ambassador will be able to get 10%, up to 10% of the monthly let's say, monthly cost of a show that are paid by each new show host they bring in. So if you know a billion people who want to be a K-Fred show host, well, we're going to have to add more stations, but we'll make you lots of money.
Excellent. I want people to think about being sponsored because I think this is the best value for the buck. I think if they want to be seen and heard across the United States and internationally, can't beat the cost. Get your commercials out there. Get yourself heard. Don't be left behind and then go, I wish I would have. Why wouldn't you give it a shot? If you've got a local newspaper or a local bulletin board and you're putting your stuff up, this is better than that, guys. This gives you national and international exposure. So if you say I can work across the United States, but you're really only working in a 10-mile radius from your house, you're wasting an awful lot of ground. If you're okay with staying small, then probably this is not for you. But if you have dreams of getting bigger, follow your dreams. Reach out and take a shot. You can take a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 1-year program. To be honest with you, if I could freeze the price of gasoline for a year, I'd take the 1-year program. If you're a little bit gun-shy, take the 6 months. And if you're a real chicken, take 3 months and regret that you didn't take the year. So I would say this is the time. Make the move. Don't hesitate. He who hesitates gets nowhere.
I agree with you. People should jump in because we're going to do for our first 5 sponsors, new sponsors, we're going to do some, I'm not going to say yet what they are, but we're going to do some fun stuff with them, some extras because they're the first 5.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because those who help us, I was blown away by some numbers I saw that showed like 6,000 plus radio stations across the U.S. are all owned by 6 countries or companies. And how do you get diversity of thought? That means everybody's pushing the same garbage. That means a whole lot of people don't have a voice because they don't know somebody big in one of these big corporations. And to me, radio has always been highly personal. It's like they're talking to me. And that's
what I like about this. I kind of know your programming, and you really have a very, very good variety of different types of programming.
I'm pumped about our programming. I'm pumped about the stuff that's coming in soon. The new hosts. And
I'm going to jump. Thank you so much.
Did you guys all get it? Did you guys all get somebody interesting to talk to?
Yeah. Sure did.
Chris, I saw who you were going to speak with, so that's why I said, don't leave, Chris Slipper. You better get in there with one.
All right, I did. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye, Chris. So the rest of you stick around. Everybody else get somebody good to talk to?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go see. I don't know whether you'll get the same person or not this time.
Bring out
but let's give it a shot. This is your last chance to go in for 5 minutes and enjoy some time with everybody, and then I will get you guys all back here.
Bring out your dead.
They're all open. They are all open now, guys. You guys are more than welcome to go.
Bring out your dead. Very famous line from Monty Python, The Holy Grail. Another one of my favorite movies.
Let me make sure everybody is actually in their room. That one's in their room. Okay, everybody's good. So go ahead and tell me some more about K-Fred Radio. Tell me about your Saturday show.
So K-Fred Prime Live happens every other Saturday. We got one coming up. If somebody is interested in becoming a studio guest, be a guest in the studio, they can message me through LinkedIn or send a message through K-Fred or catch you, Lynn, and I know you'll get them to me. We talk with what I call denizens of K-Fred land, because we have a whole lot of show hosts and those who contribute show up, and we always like to find out what they're doing, and then we like to take everyone down the rabbit hole question. 1 week, the question was,
has anybody ever survived the rabbit hole?
Everyone has. Everyone usually has a really good time. Now, last question 2 weeks ago was from my female co-host, Barbara Wainwright, and her question was, if you were born the opposite sex, what would your life be? Now, mind you, here's poor little PH Red on the call with 5 women, 5 against 1. It was one of the most hilarious shows I've been on in probably multiple years. I had a great time. It was fun because we went everywhere from I can't even begin to go to the range of it. However, I will say out of 5 women, when asked what my life would be like, 4 of them said, you'd probably be doing the same thing as a woman. The 5th one said, I don't think so. I think you'd be much more mellow and not hard driving and not willing to put your head through walls. So it's a good thing you're male. So Fred got 20% approval from women of being a male.
And what was Fred's answer? What would Fred do if he was the woman?
Well, see, Fred actually had to go talk to his daughter because I don't know what I would be like. And after talking to my daughter said, well, Dad, I probably would have not had a chance of being here or standing up for myself because Mom was always the girly girl and Dad, were always, if they bother you, kick their ass. So my daughter was, you taught me to stand up, not take crap and to defend others. And if you were a girl given grandma, I don't think I would have been brought up that way. So I wouldn't have been the same. Well, to me, then that's just like, I'm glad I was born a male because I love the daughter and I love my grandkids. And I teach them.
You're surrounded by a lot of.
Yeah, I am. No arguments. It only seems fair that, 5 against 1, reasonable odds. Yeah, and when I get to be the wise ass of the group, oh yeah, I had a good time.
Fred, who are we expecting this week on your show on Saturday?
Well, we know Barbara Wainwright will be on, and we know that Katrin Becker, host of the Good, Bad, and Ugly podcast of business podcast and internet radio show will be on because she does each show she does a good, bad, ugly commentary, and one of the comments was about how things are different for women. It was really eerily prescient or clairvoyant of what the question was going to be. We also got into learn some Gen A talk, no cap.
Gen A.
Generation A cap, Generation A. And one of the comments that Katrin made was about the slang cap. Well, I remember when my daughter was 17, it was after the wife died, and I'd gone out to Bed Bath & Beyond to buy some linens, and I had to take my daughter with me because, of course, I had no clue. And there was a young man who's the cashier who was, well, as Dad asked daughter walking away, was he macking on you at close so that everyone heard me 15 feet away? And I said to her, is he macking on you? Do I need to bust a cap up his ass? Yeah, you could see my daughter just visibly cringe and say, let's get the hell out of here. So when I heard the phrase cap, I had to ask about it. And no cap means truth or correct or right. So cap is bad, no cap is good. So no cap, the Gen A stuff was fun. After that, I'm not quite sure who's going to show up. I'm never quite sure who's going to show up. So it's always like with Lunch with Lynn, it's always a interesting trip down the rabbit hole. So
Yeah,
we're going to have this weekend is Ladies' Choice 2, question 2. And this will be Barbara Wainwright's second question in a row. And then the 2 shows after that, we're going to go with Katrin Becker. Becker's going to have the question of the day. The weeks after that, depends. We'll see who is voluntold to do it. As Tess Booker said, I volunteer people to do stuff.
You never know when I'm going to show up.
I keep waiting. It'll be a lively discussion. I'm looking forward to you showing up and going down the rabbit hole with us. always trying to be entertaining and having a good time.
Excellent. So all in all, Kate Fred is in a good spot right now. Is that right?
It's, I got to tell you, we're coming up on our 3-month anniversary. And even though I've been pounding on this project for years, never in my wildest dream 3 months ago expect to have the Lion Queen as a sponsorship VP or all the other phenomenal people who've come to bring to do shows, or in some cases bring their current podcasts or their current radio shows to us. Never expected to have a radio station, FM radio station, want to broadcast some of our stuff. Never ever occurred to me when I talked to Jeff Norris and said, let's bring this sucker up. Never.
Absolutely. Did everybody have a good talk with somebody again?
Yes.
Good. See, by getting to know a little bit about them before you go into those rooms, it's not so bad. So this last time, until we're off the air at 3 o'clock, we use this for 2 different things. We use this so I can share a little more about Legal Shield, but we use this to talk about networking and better ways that you guys can improve your networking, whether it be in person or whether it be online, because now life is just a mix of both of those things for you guys. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about building relationships so that you can get referrals. That's really, really important, guys, because honestly, if, like I said, if you guys just come in to try to make a sale and leave, there's no continuity. People don't know you. We've had people who've come in here and have come once and never come back, and that's pretty bad. I highly doubt that any of you people are referring someone to them. So when they think that it didn't work for them, what they didn't realize is they didn't work. They didn't become a good referral person for you. Right now, you guys are the stable people, and there's many more that aren't here that are the stable people for this group. And all these new people, Carrie is going to become a tool in the toolbox for a lot of you. And those of you that get to know her are going to say, hey, wait a minute. I don't have somebody that fits that bill. I want to get to know Terry as much as I can. Let me find out if she's dependable. Is she reliable? Consistency of showing up here tells you something. It tells you that if I have clients that I've had for 30 years, why would I introduce them to Kelly Kellum if she only showed up once in a great while? I would be nervous that if I introduced them, that might be the way she'd follow through with those people. But if I see Kelly Kellum show up here week after week after week, I know that if I give her a referral and she doesn't go contact those people right away, something serious came up. She was either very, very busy, somebody got sick. There has to be a reason. And it will be very easy for me to explain that to my clients. But if I give them somebody unreliable, they come back and look at me like they're questioning my ability to give them good people. So it's all about what you put into it, guys. If you find a group and you don't feel comfortable and you don't think you're going to work it, leave the group. It's not going to do you any good. And I say that here too. If you come here and you feel uncomfortable and you don't think you can work with it, it's okay for you to leave. But if you come here and you see people, and I often tell you guys, most of the people in this group come in here and you work for yourself. That can be a good thing. I think I've ruined myself as an employee. I could never be an employee again. I don't want somebody to tell me when I can go to the bathroom and what time I can have lunch. I'm not a third grader. I can't do it. But working by yourself has disadvantages as well. And I often say that. It can be lonely. You know, if Denise lands a big client that she's worked very, very long and hard on, she's got to celebrate by herself. Nobody understands the hard work that Denise has had a very difficult month. She's been working very hard towards getting some new clients, and none came in the door. Again, it becomes very, very hard for her to cope with that. But if you guys all realize you're all in the same boat, you guys become the support people for each other. So Denise gets to know Dawn very, very well. And through those conversations, Dawn will realize how hard Denise has been working this month and that she didn't get the results she wanted, even though she put all the hard work in. And she will throw her back out to the wolves next month and say, hey, guess what? I don't think September had your name on it. But boy, October, you've been seeding the field with all kinds of great stuff in September. The harvest is going to be here in October. You can't be whining. Get your bags and go out and harvest everything you put in the field. And so it's Dawn's job to be that support person. But guess what? When Denise starts landing those things, she better call up Dawn and say, hey, Dawn, guess what? For every time I close a deal, I'm buying something from you. And Dawn will show her all the good stuff to help her celebrate. So it's building those relationships to help each other through every single thing you've got. So you're not alone. I don't want you to be alone. Being alone is sad. Or be that way. So you guys tell me, what are some ways that you guys think that working together would be advantageous for you? Anybody got an idea? Come on, this is interactive. Denise.
Well, I just like to say through my own experience in networking and networking with your group, as well as there's another group, you know, our 5 a.m. group, the conversation, even though it may not relate to me, if you really listen, there are golden nuggets in so many of our conversations. And like you say, just to earlier when Heather was talking, just a phone call, you don't charge for a phone call, but just to open up somebody's introduction to, they might not know how to phrase the freaking question, but it's in their heart, so you help them bring it out. I find that in our networking, I've learned to help phrase questions and step out in respecting my understanding that I don't need to know everything to ask you a question to reach out on the phone. And the receptivity I get from just being a member in the group has just been amazing. Kelly has helped me. Kelly has gone from not talking to me to talking directly to my daughter. My daughter says to me, did you call the lady? I'm like, Kelly, you want me to call Kelly? She said, yeah, give Kelly a call. Let her know what's going on, that I did this application. You know, would she just go over my essay for me? That's the type of relationship, because it doesn't just affect you. It has collateral positive impact as you go down. So even Heather, you know, Heather has just so many golden nuggets in our conversations. Being a part of a network, you can make it work for you if you want to, but just remember the seeds you plant, others are looking for that opening door as well. And be open to a phone call. Just be open and be yourself. You don't have to even want anything, but just the conversation. I love the 2-minute conversations in the group. I've learned so much. I've learned from Mark. I've learned from Kelly. I've learned from Jam Jam. Oh my God. And now Jam Jam and I are working together for my website for the radio show. It is building, and we can build through it. But you have to let yourself step out there and be okay with not knowing. That's okay. You'll never learn if you
know how many times, Jam Jam, that I have heard people say they discount you a bit, Jam Jam, because you're young. But when they get to know you, they all go, oh my goodness, thank you so much for making that introduction. He is incredible. Jam Jam, I get so many compliments on you. And I want to go back to Heather for just a minute, because when Heather said what she did today, Heather, you don't realize how important that is. That will stick in my head that you said you don't charge for a phone call. And I'm going to tell you why that's important. If people are afraid to call somebody like you, Heather, any bookkeeper, if they're afraid to call because they're going to be charged, they're not going to call. And if they don't call, they're going to start making mistakes, and they're going to continue to make those mistakes all through the year until they have to have your services where you do. I mean, they may be working with someone like you all year. And if you're unapproachable, when it comes time for you to do the books at the end of the year, the big books or the taxes or any of that, you will have a huge mess in your hands because they were afraid to ask. And that's sad. So you have looked at it from their perspective and said, let me head that off right now. One answer to a question, maybe it takes you 15 minutes, could save you hours and hours and hours of work at the end when you're so stressed with all the people's work that has deadlines. So that is sheer genius to do something as simple as that. And it makes you, in my eyes, shine above everybody else who starts the clock running like a taxi cab the minute you start talking to. That's bad. I mean, think about it, what she just said. If she charges me every time I call her, and it takes me 20 minutes because I'm unfamiliar with bookkeeping to ask the question, I'm paying to ask the question. And then I got to pay to have her answer. That's crazy stuff. She has really gone back and done it from our perspective. So that's sheer genius, Heather. That was great.
Lynn, I've even had CPAs like that I call about one of my clients, and I was like, well, I'm going to charge you for my time.
What?
You work for my client. You're doing the taxes for my client. Why are you charging me to help your job do better?
Yeah, read written all over it. I don't like that.
Right. And that's why I said I would never do that.
You know, it applies to me also. If you all have any medical question, you can talk to me anytime. I pick up the phone, talk to everybody. And I never have any thought of charging any money, nothing. I can spend hours, anything you want to talk to me. And everything will remain confidential, because if you're talking to me about your condition, everything will remain confidential, because I'm a physician. I know my job, and I will never divulge it to anybody. That's another thing. So you can talk to me about anything, because you can even ask, oh, so-and-so has something, product like this, will this help me? You can talk to me, because I did a lot of research on functional medicine. I read a lot. I know everything about intermittent fasting. I mean, the amount of things I keep doing, you can get something, any help you want, you can ask.
And you're right, Jaya, because I think of I remember I had a question the first week I was on here, and I had emailed you and you answered me right away. And Jam, I honestly, I probably owe him $10,000 just for all of his questions he's answered for me over the year I've known him. So
wonderful. Yeah. Joe, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so great conversation. And, I've been networking for the last few years since it became popular to network on Zoom since COVID. And for me, from my experience, and all of us have great stories here. All of us are very interesting people. If I will have one-on-one with you, I'm sure you have a lot what to share, and myself included. But when I actually meet with somebody, I want to be interested, not interesting. I want you to share. I want you to talk. I want to see what I can do for you to help you, not necessarily what I can sell you or how you can become my client. And the most important thing is to make people feel good. People will not remember the knowledge that we gave them as much as they're going to remember how we made them feel while we were listening. And if they feel good, they will naturally, if we can actually exchange value, if we have a product that can make their life or business better, they naturally will choose to do business with us because we made them feel good, not because we gave them it's not always the price that makes people choose to do who they're doing business with. It's that they trust us, and especially we all know how many we have left. 12 people here on the square. We all see each other from waist up. We don't really know each other. We never met. I actually met Jam physically, but it's very uncommon to really meet the people that we meet. So we're losing the body language, we're losing the interaction, we're losing the small talk that we have. But if we make people feel good about themselves, not feel good about you that you can help them, but make them feel good about themselves, that they can accomplish what they want to accomplish. So Jay, I actually talking to somebody that wants to heal themselves. It's not about her feeling good about what she has. It's like, hey, if we're working together, I can support you to become the best healthy person that you want to be. And this is my 2 cents for the conversation.
That's why I think that this meeting, that I call this the meeting after the meeting, becomes very important, because it allows all of you now to interact as a group. You all interacted individually when you introduced yourselves. Then you got a chance to introduce a little bit more about yourself one-on-one with someone. In a forum like this now, you guys all have a chance to interact as a group and get to know each other even better. So I think that's really valuable. Wendy is someone that is new. So Wendy, give me some of your thoughts about how you feel in this group as a new person coming into the group.
Oh, sure. Thank you. From day one, I felt like this was a very relaxed yet productive group. I laugh every single time. I learn something new. I'm really enjoying getting to know everyone and what everyone does and what they offer. So it's been a really great experience, and that's why I keep coming back. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you further. And I love this part of the Zoom where we can kind of step out of our comfort zone here and talk in a group setting and share our voice and share our knowledge and our experience. So thank you for having me share.
Wendy, I do, Wendy, have something for you as well. So I really have to find time to be able to talk to you, because I don't want to pass an opportunity that could be very good for you. Carrie, talk to us as somebody who is brand new today. How are you feeling? Are you feeling comfortable today? Because, you know, I'll tell you honestly, when I go to a new group as a guest sometimes, and there's a whole bunch of people, sometimes it's rare that I get there that I don't know somebody. It doesn't matter where the group comes from. I'm shocked. But if I should get there and I didn't know anybody, I'd feel a little intimidated and I wouldn't feel very comfortable. So then it becomes, does the group make me feel comfortable or not? So Terry, tell us your thoughts about today. And you don't have to be polite. We want to hear no, because if it's something we're doing wrong, we want to fix it.
No, I appreciate that. No, actually, this has been great. I am kind of new to more of all of these kind of networking. So I've gone into a few where I have no idea what I was going in to expect. So this has been actually really nice because you laid it out like an outline, and I like that. So I know what's going to be happening. And then one of the other things is just the introduction, the teachings from certain individuals, and then the breakout. It's all very nice. It's very relaxing. It's very getting to know individuals. So I think this is a good format of what you are doing, as well as I really do enjoy the breakouts because you get to find out a little bit more about the individuals involved here. So yeah, I'm kind of getting used to just being thrown in and not knowing what to expect and then just go with it.
You know, guys, I have been to groups that I think were not very good, and I don't usually pick them apart. But when I go into something and I see it and I don't like it, it teaches me to never go that direction. I have been to some online events, especially when I moved across country. I left the Chicagoland area, came to Connecticut. People kept saying, oh, it's a great Connecticut group for you to get into. Okay, that's good. I'll do it. So it was not in person. It was online, which was exactly what I needed. And I got on the group, and it was horrible. It was just horrible, guys. I can't tell you. It was an hour and a half. It was later in the evening. I don't usually give up my evenings. I spend so much time working all day that I try to save that time for my husband. But I got on, and the person running the meeting was some kind of a coach. And the meeting was like an hour and a half long, and an hour and 20 minutes of it was the coach talking about their business. And so you weren't allowed to introduce yourself. You were not allowed to put any information in the chat, although some people sneaked and did it anyway. And so that's why I started making sure that my name said myself and what I did. And thank God I don't have a common name. Somebody looked me up, and that's how I met Mishka Nazar. She liked the background that I had, which was an eagle, and that was her favorite animal. So she called me up and said, I liked your background. And we started having a great conversation. She said to me, I hate these meetings that we're in. The one that I met her in. I said, me too. But I said, but I did get to meet you, Mishka, and she became a good friend. So I feel like I got something out of it. I went to it about 4 times. I reached out. I kind of took a little card and wrote down everybody's name and followed up with as many people as I could. But this, again, is a warning to all of you. I reached out to them, and I would say, like, Victor Lopez, I met you on 9/5 at whatever the name of the meeting was. And I'd love to be able to get together with you and talk about what you do. Do you know that they had a decent-sized crowd? The crowd seemed to always change over. But I probably heard back from 2 or that were in those groups. And I thought, how can you be warm and friendly and want to have a relationship when you don't respond? I did the reaching out part for you, but could you respond? So it was very negative. Well, after about 5 times, the meeting totally dissolved. And I'm not surprised. You know, what did everybody lose? Nothing. So, guys, when you go into something, even if it's a bad experience, try to find somebody in the group with an unusual name usually. Like Mark Smith, don't get that because there's probably 5,000 Mark Smith. But go find somebody with an unusual name who spoke about, well, they weren't allowed to talk in this other group, and see if you can find something you can take away of value. Even if you never intend to go back. You don't want that to be a wasted hour or hour and a half of your time. So, and again, guys, I want to encourage you very much to what Joel said. Joel hit the nail on the head. I tell you guys, if you come here, and Terry, this is your first time, so you don't know this, I will send a thank you. I will send a follow-up, like I said, with all the information from the chat. I will tell you the groups that I have built for Facebook. They're not my groups. I built them for you guys so you can shamelessly go in there and promote your business. I don't care if you do it 20 times a day, because guess what, guys? A lot of us are getting isolated. We need to get people out there to know what it is we do, or we're never going to grow. So I take time, more time than you guys can imagine, scrolling through my list of everybody that came today and posting in every single one of my groups of 3 or 4 people that I think should get together this week and get to know more about each other. So suppose I know Terry and Kelly know each other, because that's how we got Terry. But I might say, Terry, you and Kelly and Jaya and Victor need to have a meeting. So you're going to go, well, why did she put me in there with Kelly? I already know Kelly. You know, it doesn't hurt to have a wingman. It doesn't hurt. You don't have to be in there with 3 strangers. Sometimes it's that you'll feel more comfortable the first time if you do have somebody who knows something about you. And sometimes you'll say, well, I've met with Jaya now 3 times. Why would I want to meet with Jaya again? And I would say to you, how many friends do you have that you have lunch with over and over and over again? Each time you meet Jaya, you will find something new you will find out about her, or she'll say something that sparks something and you go, I know who I could introduce you to, or I know of a great opportunity. You know, be free with your information. Let your mind wander like when you were a kid. When you were a kid and you couldn't get your mother to give you the cookies that you wanted, you and your brothers and sisters would get together and come up with all kinds of great ideas, how you were going to get those cookies. Then all of a sudden you turn 18 and all the ideas fall out of your head. So, Victor, you have something?
Yes, Jam doesn't know this, but he and I are going to go to South America. I'm going with him.
Here.
I need some excitement in my life.
Well, I
Hey,
think
Jam,
Jam would give you some. He would definitely give you some. And Victor, I want you to know I'm still working on Fenley Lazaro coming back. And guys, again, you see, this is what I want you to see. Fenley Lazaro used to come here and she used to network with us a lot. And again, it's hard sometimes when we're playing with time zones. It really is. You know, I try to pick a time that might work with a lot of time zones. Fenley Lazaro was from Hawaii. So the time zones are really different. They're worse than California because I think they're 2 hours before California. But she would come to these meetings consistently. And one day Victor was having a problem with social media. And I said to him, he said, can you tell me somebody if it might be good to help me with social media? I said, Fenley Lazaro is the best person I know. Now, Victor's older and Fenley is very young, and they're on total opposite ends of the world. And I said, let me introduce the two of you. And Fenley's followed back up with me like a week later, and she said, I just love Victor Lopez. He reminds me of my grandfather. She said, I will take all the time necessary to do everything I can to help him. And I kept thinking, this is Mutt and Jeff. Nobody would think these two would fit together, but it worked beautifully. So sometimes, guys, it's making that connection. It really is. That can be very valuable. And now when I talk about Fenley, I think he's just as much as me misses her. So it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. But again, to go back to what Joel was saying, when you have these meetings, and I see a lot of people picking, I told them, I said, pick your slowest day and your slowest time of the day. And a lot of people are picking 10:30 Eastern, so that would be 9:30 for Central people, 9:30 in the morning on Tuesday morning. And I said, if I put you on 4 of the Facebook pages in different groups of people, tell everybody 9:30 Central on Tuesday, 9:30 Central on Tuesday. I don't care if 10 people show up. It will be a very interesting conversation. And once again, I will say it, I've repeated it 100 times. If Terry and I were going to have a sit-down meeting, and we're going to do it for an hour, whether it be in person or not, if Terry doesn't like me, it's a long hour for Terry. It will feel like 3 days. It'll be horrible. She'll be playing with the corn on her plate until it gets dusty. I mean, it'll be awful. But if I invite Terry and Denise and Wendy and Jaya and all of us go together and have a meeting, if she hates me, it doesn't matter, because she may like Jaya and Denise and Wendy so much better. She'll just discount it. Big deal. I don't like Lynn. I liked everybody else, that it won't be a waste of her time. So it's very, very important, guys, when you do get into that meeting, remember, it should not be about you. Somebody in that group is going to have to take the lead and say, Denise, tell me about yourself, and get to know about them. My favorite question to ask everybody is, Denise, what did you want to be when you were 18? You know why? Because I know that what Denise wanted to be at 18 and where she is now is not the same. She might say, I wanted to be a ballerina. Denise, are you a ballerina? No, I'm not a ballerina. Well, okay, so tell me how you went from ballerina to where you got now. Guys, you are all like a book on the shelf. Open that book up and read that story. If she wanted to be a ballerina at 18 and she became a ballerina all her life, the book probably wouldn't be very good. She'd be successful, but the book wouldn't be so interesting. But if she tells me she wanted to be a ballerina and she did this and this and that, and then this happened, and then she got fired, and then she went over there, and then she got sick, that jagged story is so interesting, because not only will that story be interesting, but I will be taking notes. And I will say, wow, Denise, I know somebody who did that, or somebody who lived there. And it will make it easier for me to know who to send to Denise. It won't be just this one little piece that I know about Denise today. See, knowing Jaya's background and all the medical things that she did makes it easy for me to say, like, Jaya, I think I talked to you about Dr. Mark DeBrincat. Might be a great person for me to introduce you to. And I think, Joel, you need to know Dr. Mark DeBrincat too. Did I talk to you about him?
No, I will love to meet with him.
So let me explain to you a little story about this guy. He came to me through a referral. He is a chiropractor who specializes in brain and spine injuries. That kind of sounds, to those of us that aren't doctors, that goes, okay, well, where's the deal? Listen to his story and you'll understand, because I ask a million questions. Here's the important part. Oh, and Denise, he's got a connection to you too, because I think I might have told you about him. Yeah. See, and that's because, and I would not know that connection unless I ask all these questions. So here he is running a very successful practice, and he's got 10 businesses going. Now, I think his 10 businesses on the side, from what I'm gathering, are all network marketing types of businesses. He's not running a train station down on the corner or a shoe shop. He's running businesses mostly having to do with health and wellness stuff. And he had a very successful radio show. He was known as the Happy Doctor, the Good Doctor, or something like that. I introduced him to Fred, too. Very interesting guy. So here's the deal. He had a head-on collision, and that paralyzed him, and that ended everything. I mean, you guys who have been through any health scare know that your whole life takes a different turn after something like that. He said, I found myself on the other side of medicine, and it wasn't very comfortable for me. And he said, no matter what he said to these doctors, they told him, resign yourself to the fact that you're going to be forever paralyzed. There's nothing we can do for you. And he was devastated by this. He said, my businesses went away, his radio show went away, and life just seemed like it was going to be horrible. And he was very young still when this happened. But he said one day his wife was using one of the products that he had from one of those network marketing companies, and she was rubbing it on his spine. Now, he's in a wheelchair for 3 years. She rubbed it on his spine, in an area on his spine, and he said, what did you put on me? And she said, why? He said, because I don't have any pain. And he says, do it again a little bit higher. And she did. Do it again a little bit higher. And she did. And he said he stood up on his own 2 feet for the first time in 3 years. Didn't go anywhere, just stood up. But that's huge if you're somebody who's been in a wheelchair for 3 years, not going anywhere. And he said they continued this regime until he took 15 steps. That, again, was huge for him. He now is no longer in a wheelchair. Now, I can't tell you if that's the only thing he did. I don't know. Knowing him, and you guys can talk to him and find out from him, he can share that with you. But life now took on a totally different path. He has studied and studied and studied things that could help people that are paralyzed like that. And so I think that that's knowing that. When I think about Jaya being a doctor, even though she's not a doctor of brain and spine, she still has that doctor mind. She's inquisitive about what did you do? How did you do it? What changed? She wants to know. They would have wonderful conversations together. Joel, because of the book that Joel wrote, hang on a second. I have that book right here. The Eggshell Effect, which I think people should read, would again have an interest in meeting Dr. Joel. Wendy may because of the health stuff that she does, because he's very into a lot of that. Denise will have a big interest in talking to him. Why? Because I happen to know that Denise has talked about her clients being professional athletes. And who did this Dr. Mark DeBrincat treat? Professional athletes and celebrities. So again, you see how by hearing those conversations, I'm taking notes on little pieces of information he's dropping, and I'm saying, bingo, celebrities and professional athletes, that's Denise Lanton. And he would never think to reach out to her because he doesn't know her. And he would look at what she did and not think there's a connection. But even if they never do business together, he may introduce Denise to some of his clients because they would have an interest in what Denise did, and Denise's clients may have an interest in what he does. And again, it's not about what each of them is doing for each other, but for all the other things they're doing. And that's why you need to find out everything you can. So what you hear about Wendy and Terry today, and for Wendy, the last times that she was here, that's 1 minute snippet. You cannot sell your business in 1 minute. All that is the coming attraction to you need to sit down and you need to have a full-blown conversation with them. And I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, I'm not sure one conversation is enough. That's why you find me putting you guys together over and over and over again. Because today, Kelly Kellum, I've known Kelly Kellum for years now, but she said something today that prompted me to ask that question. I've never asked that question of her before. So guys, work at this. If you want your business to grow, This is a craft. You have to keep working at it and keep working at it. You don't have a boss telling you have to do it. You're doing it because it's the best thing for you, your business, and trust me, the satisfaction you get from knowing these people, I think, for me, it's built a human Rolodex in my head. And my husband will say to me, there have been a few times when I've been very sick and didn't want to get on this call because I didn't feel good, or there have been times when what was going on in my life with my husband or my daughter was horrible. It was horrible. I mean, there was a time when my husband, they had given him his last rites in the hospital, and I still came here and did this meeting, and people said, what are you doing? And I said, you don't understand the energy that I get back from being here. I forget all those things going on in my life, and I just wrap myself up in this for an hour or two, and it's powerful what it does for me. So I encourage you guys to just open up a little bit and relax and let it all flow through. Pay you back over and over and over again, guys. It really will. So with that said, I'm looking at the clock, and I think I got 3 minutes before Fred plays music and dances us off the air. So I want to real quick, because of Joan, I pulled something out again today, and I don't like to harp on the wills. But I think that there's a little piece I want to share with you guys. A lot of people think a will is just a will, and that's not true. There are 5 different kinds of wills. I don't think a lot of people know that. There is an oral will where you just speak what it is you want. Those guys can be really typically in trouble if you have an estate. You know, who remembers what you said or how you said it, and it's all open to interpretation. So that's not really quite so good. There are simple wills, which are very easy. They're typically used by people who don't have a lot of assets. That will be just fine. There's joint wills. Joint wills cannot be changed without the agreement of both parties. So if my husband and I have a joint will and I say, look, if he dies, I get everything, and if I die, he gets everything, that's great. Change anything around a little bit. It has to be with the agreement of both parties. So that's difficult. Mirror wills are pretty common. Mirror wills are my husband has a will and I have a will. They may be exactly the same and say the same thing as that joint will did, that if I die, he gets everything, he dies, I get everything. But guess what? If I decide I want to change something, I can change it without having to have his permission to change it. So again, powerful to have that done. Holographic wills. Those are handwritten and signed by the person who created it. Those are very contested in court. So when somebody says, I wrote my last will and testament out on a napkin in a restaurant, you better believe somebody's going to take that and go to a lawyer and say, oh, no, they didn't. Or my father was out of his mind. He didn't write that stuff. That wasn't him. That was my sister that was there telling. Lighting up the night. We're going to dance like it's our last night alive. Hands up in the air. We're reaching for the sky. No looking back now, baby. We're ready to fly. The beat keeps pumping, flowing through our veins. We're losing ourselves in this electrifying game. We're drifting down, we feel it so alive. With every move we make, we're gonna take this time. With his music taking over.
Want to increase your salary? Discover your earning potential with CareerBuilder. CareerBuilder.com knows you have superpowers that make you good at your job. They're called skills, and CareerBuilder.com has tools specially designed to help you move up, like CareerBuilder Collab. Check out resume examples. Learn what recruiters are looking for. Search salaries and view different career paths based on your skills. You'll be amazed to know how many ways you can use the skills you already have to build your future. Visit CareerBuilder.com.
Save up to $750 on all new Bedgear M3 Performance mattress sets. And buy one, get one 50% off on all sheets and pillows. That's an incredible Labor Day sale. And it's going on now at Mattress Land. Bedgear is designed with the latest science using only the best materials. The M3 mattress features an interchangeable modular design and breathable Vertex cover that keeps you cool. And right now, get 60-month special financing and free local delivery at Mattress Land.